There was a certain king who lived just 100 years ago. He was very restless and wanted peace of mind. Then he heard of one saint living in his own kingdom. So he decided to go and see him. Since he was a king, he had to go with a lot of presents loaded on his royal elephants. His queens and ministers and security forces also accompanied him in procession. A king was going to see a saint. Now this saint lived in a very poor hermitage. There were only some thatched huts and a few disciples. When the king arrived, the saint was seated inside his hut. The king told one of the disciples, "Inform your guru that the king of this country has come to pay his respects. May he come in?" The disciple went inside to ask while the king waited outside with his queens and ministers and presents. The saint said to his disciple, "Tell the king to unload everything from his elephants and place them under the tree and wait there. I will tell him when I am free to see him." After this was done, the saint told his disciples, "Give him 2 meals as they are cooked in this ashram, lunch and dinner, that's all." So the king and the queens and the ministers waited until night, but there was no order from the saint. Finally the king said, "We have to run the government. I will stay on here and have darshan of the saint and only then return." He sent the ministers and queens back. That night passed. Days are past. Now 15 days are gone. 15 days he's waited under the tree with nothing but 2 meals a day. Finally, the king tells a disciple, "I've waited here 15 days. Go and ask the saint if I can see him now." The disciple returned and answered, "He says you have to wait another 3 days." So the king waited 3 more days. When the 3 days had passed, he was told, "Now wait 1 more day." Another day passed. Again the king sent a man to the saint, saying, "Go and find out when I can see him." "Just 1 hour," he was told. 1 more hour. Again the king asked, "When can I see him?" "In 5 minutes." 5 minutes? Another 5 minutes? 5 minutes is much too long to wait. I cannot wait, I cannot wait. And with that, he immediately rushed into the saint without asking anyone's permission and prostrated at his feet. So, what happened? It was his arrogance, his ego that took time, you see. It was only a mud hut. There was no door at all. He could have gone in at any time. But what stopped him? Arrogance, arrogance. I am a king. Enough arrogance. What stops you from returning to your consciousness? What stops you? Your arrogance, your ego that asserts, I am the body. This is your kingdom, isn't it? You are enthroned in this kingdom, and all your vasanas are your queens. And this and that are your ministers. So when you are ready, wherever you are, without asking anyone, where is this Purusha? Where is this abode? Where is this my own abode of rest? Just rush in, you see. No one is stopping you. Whenever you conceive of the body, there must be some concealed substratum by which you can even imagine there is a body, you see. There must be something changeless, prior to the concept of the body, from which this wave arises, I am the body. How do you miss it? Like the king, you are spending millions of years before an open door. No one stops you. Rush in. Right now. It takes that much time.